where I can run just as fast as I can to the middle of nowhere, to the middle of my frustrated fears. And I swear you're just like a pill, instead of making me better, keep making me ill. Whoa, it's Pinktown. Population Pinktown. Hey everybody, it's a Bullet Brawl. It is a 1-1 rated free-for-all today. This is Wednesday on the heels of Game 4. Anand Carlson. Carlson Anand, depending on what's your flavor. What's your flavor? I feel like I should say what's your flavor more often. I feel like that would do wonders for my my view count on Bullet Brawls. What's your flavor? Pick your flavor. Alright, this is a dragon with the knight on e5. His bishop comes to b5. Only slightly irritating, yeah? It's a little strange, actually. He'll probably bring his bishop back to e3, and then I can play queen to c7. I need to remember that I actually have some time here, and that if I blunder, my opponent will have time to convert it, so good moves are at a premium. Playing FIDE Master Liczner here. I believe I have played him before, actually. So, definitely a good player. I'd like to bring the knight into c4 and invite a simplification of that light square bishop. He probably should have played bishop d4 there. That was a mistake by him. Now the d5 pawn is weak, and I will take it. He's going to play knight takes b7, but my thinking is I have some tacticos. Oh, I thought I maybe had some tacticos. Okay. A little bit of time. I can take on c3, and then bishop takes, and he brings the rook to c1. It pins. I have nothing. What would be the ideal situation here? He's not threatening to push the b pawn, and that's mainly because the c pawn will fall. So I'm going to try to mobilize my own center to open up the position for the bishop. And I can play d4 if takes everything. In the end, maybe not ideal. So I guess I can just defend it. But no. It's suddenly very irritating, actually. This position has suddenly become very irritating. Though still, there's a lot of time here on the tickety. A lot of time when you consider that we do have increment. That's key. That is part of the key. Aha. Interesting. Oop. Not that much time, Danny. Not that much time, buddy, old bear. Well, that's going to be a loss of the game 1 in this match. That was interesting, actually. I feel like there could have been something better there for me, but I'm just going to resign it and rematch it. And see if he's interested in more chess. What happened there? Let's see where I... Well, I guess I was down pawns in the endgame to begin with. I thought that my bishop would be better than it was, and this is, this is pure bullet intuition there. Okay, well, I was going to try to get back to the critical moment and see if we could learn something. But alas, it was not meant to be. Alas, it was not meant to be. Probably I deserve that, you know, chess karma. You never sing a Pink song to start a chess game. And live to tell the tale. Hashtag lesson learned. Hashtag follow me on Twitter. You can always do that. If you're bored and don't quite know what to do with yourself. Let's be honest, you're watching a chess video by a guy clearly suffering from some psychological issues, so you probably don't have a lot on your plate. Go ahead and go follow me on Twitter. So, potentially going to lose that c-pawn I am. But now we'll go for this. It's actually a good move. Now there's some threats for him to deal with, given how quickly I can switch to the king side with an attack. Bringing my rook over to f1, for example. Okay, that's a good move by him, I guess. Yeah, actually. A good move. Guess I'm going to defend that pawn. Aware of the issue. Thinking that my bishop might help, potentially still, on the king side. Aha, he wants to fork me with knight to d2. Playing some tricky chess, this guy is. He's a good player. But we already knew that. I want him to undouble my pawns. That's what I want, but he doesn't want any of it. Understandably so. Yeah, that was silly of me, because I'm not threatening anything. Darn it. He's too good right now, especially for this time disadvantage I have. Well, I'll take it. I'll take the repetition. I guess he was a little more worried about his time than he was about mine. I don't think he meant to repeat it 3 times, but again, we will take it. So likely, of course, just knight takes e5 is good enough for a win here. No draw for me, even if I take with check. King moves, I take e5. There's just too many pawns there belonging to white. So let's switch it up. No more dragon against this guy. I am now remembering more that I have played this guy a few times. Believe it or not, bullet brawls are all like a big blur, like my childhood. And then all of a sudden, you remember something awkward and try to forget it. Right? You know what I'm talking about. All right. So we will play this way. Liking my choice to go for the knight orf more and more than the dragon. I'm going to put the rook on c8. In a lot of positions, there may even be threats of taking on c3. But not anymore. This was probably misplayed by him, I would say. I'm going to put that knight on e4. Not ideal for attacking chances. Now, of course, it's bullets, so you never know. Could lose this position. But white is not thrilled with what took place here. Now the question is, do I care that much about f5 to stop it with g6? I think I do. I think I care enough to slow it down. And he cares enough to punch it through. That's what I'm talking about. That's tactics, baby. That's him recognizing that he misplayed this Najdorf at best, and practical chances are what he needs. But now I have lots of good options, including bringing the rook up or bishop to g5. If rook c6, knight f4, bishop c8, queen h5, I don't quite trap the queen. But it still looks like a lot of fun to go this way. Bring the bishop to c8. That's coordination, kids. You put the rook on c6 to prophylactically guard the 6th rank. Yeah, I just said prophylactically, which is a 4-syllable word. And not easy to say when you don't have a lot of time on your clock. And now I have a trick. I actually calculated this whole line before I went for it. My trick is knight g3 check takes, and then rook h6, skewering the king-queen. And he misses it. But he takes there, which also makes sense. Okay, do I want to just give it up? Knight g3 check takes, rook h6 takes, he takes f8, I take. What's the final evaluation? We have a queen for 2 rooks. Probably not necessary for me to play that way. So I'll take here. And he just wants the whole thing, doesn't he? Good for him. Wait, I'm losing on time here. I'm losing on time here. I guess I'll take. Play here. And just guard it. I'm losing on time here. I guess I'll take it. Oh, painful. Painful to lose on time in this position. Bishop to d2, I guess, is best. But of course, I can also take the h-pawn. I think I'm surviving there. All right, well, I'm going to play again. Bishop to d2, attacks the rook, holds the pawn. Gotta still like black there. But that was tough. That was a tough loss. Creative play by him. That's why it's bullet, right? You know, he misplayed the middle game. To allow d5 and this establishment on e4 is just good for black here. And, you know, so he sacks a piece kind of unsoundly, but makes sense, I guess. In the end, I wonder if I should regret rook c6 and play the move I first thought of, which was bishop g5. Obviously, if he takes, I take. Perhaps I'm taking more minor pieces off the board in this way. But, no, rook c6 seems like it should work, right? And bishop c8, and then I really like this idea. Because I like this knight to g6, but I miss bishop c5. So, okay, maybe f5 is just as good if he en passant I take with the knight and I'm guarding everything. There's a phone call. Let me end that. Yeah, he's talking in the chat right now. He loves his fans. I'm sure he does. Talked about being in a bad position, but practical sack, and he's right. It was practical sack, and it was a good thing for him to do. So I played bishop g5, but still, this should not be bad. I mean, this is really creative for him. Totally give it to him. And here I lost on time. But still, with 2 bishops for the rook, I mean, if something like this is played, you know, like this, I've developed a bishop to e6, I would guess. Although maybe here he can actually take and then take here, and I still have some issues to figure out on h7. So I should be a little more careful. Maybe I have to play king to g7 right away. So it was tough. I mean, yeah, I mean, to be honest, in a practical game, he really made an interesting decision. But he doesn't want to play anymore. Okay, well, since Liczner won't play anymore, I guess we're going to call the bullet brawl here today. Thank you for watching.